In the early 19th century, in the quiet town of Red River, Tennessee, now Adams, a farmer's family faced a terror so relentless it became America's most infamous haunting. This is the Bell Witch Haunting, USA crafted to hook you from the first eerie knock and leave you trembling at its horrifying end. Imagine Red River, Tennessee, in 1817, a frontier settlement of log cabins and sprawling farms along a muddy river. John Bell, a prosperous farmer, lived here with his wife Lucy and their 6 children, including 12-year-old Betsy, on a 320-acre homestead. Their life was hard-working but peaceful until the summer of that year when something sinister stirred. I've studied Martin V. Ingram's 1894 book, An Authenticated History of the Bell Witch, based on Richard Bell's manuscript, along with local records and oral histories, to piece together a story that's not just folklore, but a documented descent into dread, marked by violence and a voice from beyond. It began with a sighting in John Bell's cornfield, a creature, dog-like, but with a rabbit's head, its eyes glinting unnaturally. John fired his musket, but the thing vanished, leaving only a chill in the air. That night, as the Bells sat for dinner, a sharp knocking rattled their cabin's walls. Like fists pounding from outside. John's sons, Drew and John Jr., rushed out, finding nothing but silence under the stars. Over weeks, the disturbances grew, scratching at windows, chains dragging across floors, and gnawing sounds, as if rats chewed the bedposts. Betsy saw a girl in a green dress swinging from an oak, her face pale, her smile wrong. Dean, an enslaved worker, swore a massive black dog trailed him at dusk, its breath hot on his neck, though no tracks marked the dirt. The Bells tried to ignore it, blaming wind or wildlife, but the presence invaded their home. Sheets were yanked from sleeping children, pillows flung across rooms. John's mouth began to twitch, his tongue seizing, leaving him mute for hours. Betsy bore the worst. Her hair pulled, her face slapped by invisible hands, her body pricked as if by pins. The family whispered of a curse, pointing to Kate Batts, a neighbour known for her sharp tongue and rumoured witchcraft, who'd clashed with John over a land deal. Word spread, and James Johnston, a family friend, stayed over, only to be woken by slaps and a voice, feeble yet clear, saying, "I am a spirit, once happy, now disturbed." Johnston, a devout man, called it a demon, urging the Bells to confront it. The entity, answering to Kate after Batts, grew bolder, its voice sharp and mocking, calling John Old Jack and vowing his death. It spoke in full conversations, quoting sermons given 13 miles apart, word for word, as if it roamed freely. It sang hymns to Lucy, praising her kindness, but tormented Betsy, pinning her to her bed, bruising her skin. Visitors flocked to the farm, drawn by tales of a talking spirit, and Kate obliged, cursing skeptics, reciting Bible verses, and rattling walls. Andrew Jackson, then a general, reportedly visited, his men spooked by laughter from the air. Jackson later saying he'd rather face the British Army than Kate again. The Bells' home became a stage for terror, the spirit's laughter echoing. As John's health crumbled, his face twitching, his body racked by seizures. For 3 years, the torment raged. Kate's violence peaked with Betsy, now 15, whose engagement to Joshua Gardner drew the spirit's wrath. It followed her, yanking her hair, shrieking curses, until Betsy, broken, ended the betrothal in 1821. John, gaunt and frail, suffered most. His tongue swelled, his throat closed, and one morning he was found dead, a vial of strange liquid by his bed. Kate's voice crowed at his funeral, singing bawdy drinking songs, drowning out the mourner's prayers. The spirit claimed his death, a chilling first in American law, where a supernatural force took credit for a man's life. After John's death, Kate spoke to Lucy, promising to leave but return in 7 years. In 1828, true to its word, the spirit returned, its voice softer, speaking to Lucy and her sons, Richard and Joel, of past and future, even predicting a great war decades away. The bells, weary, ignored it, and Kate faded, vowing to return in 107 years. In 1935, no clear record marks her presence, but John's descendants, still in Adams, report oddities, knocks, whispers, a girl's shadow in the fields. The Bell Witch Cave, near the farm, draws thrill seekers who claim hearing Kate's voice or seeing orbs in its depths. A 2021 study by Dr. Megan Mann, a chemist, suggests John's symptoms matched arsenic poisoning, hinting at a human hand behind the witch. But the Bell's torment, witnessed by dozens, defies easy answers. The story, etched in Ingram's book and Richard Bell's account, gripped Tennessee, retold by firesides, its terror amplified by its witnesses, neighbours, clergy, even Jackson. The farm, now a historic site, and the cave remain active, with visitors reporting cold spots, scratches, and Kate's faint laugh. I've read the records, walked Adam's quiet streets, felt the weight of its history. Was Kate a spirit? A poltergeist tied to Betsy's fear, or a neighbour's revenge cloaked in the supernatural? The Bells' suffering was real, their home a prison of unseen hands. And now, the end, where the horror bites deep. In 2020, a hiker near the Bell Farm found a child's shoe, old and worn, by the cave's mouth, its laces tied in knots no human could make. That night, Adam's lights flickered. A low hum rose from the fields, and a voice, sharp and mocking, whispered through the trees, "I'm still here." The shoe vanished, the hiker silent, but Kate's presence lingers, her curse unbroken. So, what's in your shadows? What's knocking in the night? Stay awake.